Now the very final part, and we conclude this topic on Al-Imam Al-Mahdi Ajjalallahu Ta'ala Faraja. How long will he rule? Will he be killed? Will he be martyred? What happens before the Day of Judgment? We do have a number of hadiths that specify how long Imam Al-Mahdi will rule. One hadith from Al-Imam Al-Sadiq alayhi salam states, سبع سنين تطول له الأيام حتى تكون السنة من سنيه مقدار 10 سنين من سنيكم. One hadith states he will rule 7 years, but time will slow down such that each year is equivalent to 10 years. So 7 years of Imam al-Mahdi's rule will be equivalent to 70 years that we experience today. At the time of the Imams, people did not really have a concept of time and how time could be relative. But today, with modern advancements, we understand how time could be relative, especially with Einstein's theory of relativity, and you apply that to time. Because basically, what is time? It's the result of what? Time is scientifically the result of motion. Now, the faster the motion, the faster the time. The slower, the slower. What will happen during the era of the Imam such that time will slow down? Scholars have a lot of theories here. I will not get into them because I don't have any evidence for them. Assalamu alaikum. It's all speculation. The rotation of the earth, some believe, will slow down. Some believe the rotation of the galaxy itself, it could slow down, such that time will definitely slow down. 1 year will be like 10 years. So we do have some hadiths that indicate there will be changes in the falak. There will be changes in how the solar system will work such that time will slow down. Allahu a'lam how exactly that happens, but NASA and other agencies are actually studying that, and they're finding that in some parts of the world, time lapses, in a different way, not the way that we experience time here. So that will possibly happen at the time of the Imam Ajjalallahu Ta'ala Faraja. So this hadith indicates it's probably 70 years, basically, if you want to say how much he will rule. Another hadith from Imam Baqer alayhi salam, he states he will rule 309 years, just like Ashab al-Kahf spent 309 years. So one hadith says 70. One hadith says 300. Another hadith says 19 years, but also different years, not like our years. Is there a contradiction amongst these hadiths? 170, 300, 119? Or there's no contradiction? We can reconcile them. Scholars say there is no contradiction. There's two responses to that. The first response is the concept of bada. See, bada, our actions, does have a major role in the timing of these events. So let's say at the time of the Imam, around the world, people through their free will, they will abide by the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Entire justice is established. Maybe to honor them, Allah will give them more time to experience this government. Maybe. Allah will extend it. And let's say it's supposed to be 19 initially. But if people appreciate the Mahdi and the government Allah has given them, Allah will make it 70. Allah will make it 300. It's from 19 to 300, depending on how the world is cooperative with Imam al-Mahdi. Which tells you that we still have a role after he reappears. That's how significant our actions are. So one way to address that is through the concept of bada. The second way is to say that all these figures that the Imams have cited are relative. 19 years is 70 years. 70 is 300, depending on how you calculate it. Especially since the revolution and the rotation of the galaxies at that time, or at least our solar system, will slow down. You could say 19 years based on one measure and standard. You could say 70 or 300 based on another standard of measure. So these different figures are just telling us time is relative, and at the time of the Imam alayhi salam, there are things that could speed up time or slow down time. And so the Imams have given us these different figures. In any case, these ahadiths do indicate he will rule for a significant amount of time. Don't think that once he reappears, that's it. He reappears, it's over. The Day of Judgment will happen. It could happen. Allah can do whatever He wishes. But these ahadith tell us, no, he will rule some period of time. Now, how will the Imam alayhi salam depart this earth? There is one hadith that states there is a woman from Bani Tamim. She comes from the Arab tribe of Bani Tamim. Her name is Sa'ida. She has a beard like men, as this hadith states. Basically, the Imam is passing by. She goes on the roof of a building and she throws a rock at the Imam and he will be martyred. Then Allah will resurrect Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam to lead the prayer on him, do the ghusl on him, and then bury him in his grave. This hadith is a weak hadith. The only one who's narrated this hadith is basically Al-Yazdi in his book Ilzam al-Nasib, page 190, but he does not state a source for this. We do not have a legitimate source that states this woman, Sa'ida, is going to kill the Imam. So, we don't have any evidence for this. Therefore, most of our ulama and scholars have rejected this hadith. And they say there is no basis for it. We don't have a single sahih hadith that says this woman is going to kill him. Yes?
Who is he narrating it from?
He doesn't say. Exactly. There is no source. That's the idea. He says, and it's been narrated that a woman by this name from this tribe is going to kill him. Okay, what's your source? Where is that book? Is it in Kafi? Is it in one of these main sources? Is it in Bihar al-Anwar? Where is it? We cannot find any source for such a statement. So that's why most scholars have disqualified this hadith. They say there's absolutely no evidence for it. So how will he die then? We also don't have any hadith that say he will be poisoned. So scholars have basically referred to a hadith which Al-Allam al-Majlisi mentions in Bihar al-Anwar, volume 27, page 217. This hadith is attributed to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, in which the Prophet says, "Inna hadha al-amr yamlikuhu ithna ashara imaman." 12 imams will come and have authority after me. Min wuldi Ali wa Fatima, from the line of Imam Ali and Lady Fatima. Then the Prophet says in this hadith, "Ma minna illa masmumun aw maqtul." Every one of us is either poisoned or killed. Many scholars have taken this hadith from the Prophet ﷺ to indicate that Al-Imam al-Mahdi is also minna, the Ahlul Bayt, one of these Imams. And this general statement by the Prophet is also applicable to Al-Imam al-Mahdi. So we know, according to this hadith, he will be killed. It will not be a natural death. Poisoning or someone will kill him. How that will happen, when that will happen, we don't have any evidence in our hadith. So Allahu A'lam. So many scholars do believe that it is likely that he will be killed. He will be martyred. But is it this lady with these features? No. There is no evidence for this hadith. It could be possible. I mean, you never know. But we don't have any evidence for it. So in that case, we can state, based on this hadith, Imam al-Mahdi will probably be martyred. And then once he's martyred, we talked about the Raj'a before, how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will resurrect the Imams and they will continue ruling after him. Any questions on that before we end by briefly stating what will happen before the Day of Judgment?
Saying Allah will resurrect Imams as in all Imams?
All the Imams. Yes, we discussed in the Raj'a, maybe a couple of weeks ago, that every Imam of Ahlul Bayt is going to be resurrected by Allah and he will be authorized by Allah to rule the planet. And of course, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam will also be resurrected and he will rule for some time. And some hadiths indicate it's the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when he is resurrected, who's going to slay Iblis. He will kill Iblis before the Day of Judgment. Yes?
There's all the Imams are going to be resurrected. So is Imam al-Mahdi going to be resurrected with them or no?
Well, it seems that Al-Imam al-Mahdi ajjalallahu ta'ala farajah, there is no explicit hadith that he will be resurrected again. Possibly he will establish the government, he'll return back to his Lord. Other Imams will be given the chance. So I did not see any specific hadith that says the Mahdi will again be resurrected. But for the other Imams, yes, they will be resurrected. In fact, there's one hadith Al-Karratu Ba'da al-Karra by Imam Ali alayhi salam, in which it indicates he will come again and again before the Day of Judgment. So with Imam Ali, we do have some hints in our hadiths that he will be resurrected a number of times. Allahu A'lam. Or maybe Al-Karra Ba'da al-Karra could be applicable to the other Imams. Maybe the Imam is generalizing because he's considering the Imams all one entity. So return after return, meaning Imam after Imam. So we don't really have any evidence that the same Imam will be resurrected more than once after the Raj'a. But it's still a possibility.
How about Sayed Fatima? Is she going to be rejected?
Yes, even Lady Fatima, Lady Zainab, all the members of Ahlul Bayt who were oppressed in history and people did not know their status, Allah will resurrect them to show the world why they were chosen to be part of the Ahlul Bayt. And why are they special leaders? Yes, brother. Anyone have a question?
If they returned again and die again naturally, or how?
Will they die naturally? Again, it depends on how general we consider the statement of the Prophet. If we consider it such a general statement that it applies in all times, then yes, maybe after they get resurrected, they will also be killed. Allahu A'lam.